Ready.
Okay, I'm
Look,
gonna do
every
the
now and
same.
then you're gonna get these drops, but remember, guys, this is how we used to do it back in old school land, because we didn't have any of this fancy spectator dashboard. You're all being so spoiled at this point, and honestly, I am totally okay with it.
Okay, let me check because this should be actually should be working without single player mode, but for me it was working. I'm gonna go the same than all. Just 1 second, guys, because there was a drop in this game, and we are going to launch in a different way. But I want to secure that all is working perfect. We go and we start already.
Awesome. And would you like to use friend-foe colors or standard colors?
We're gonna make friend. You're gonna notice why.
Friend-foe?
As soon as you are there, you are gonna notice why we have to go with friend colors. Because the colors
makes sense to me.
Right? Yeah, because they got original color red and orange. So I will have us well, when you are ready, we can go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Okay, and guys, we are ready to rumble. This is Escape Champions League. We have Melkor as a blue, BacT as a red, and with me is BBK Turkman. This is Memb. Turk, you can introduce the players if you want right now.
Excellent. Over to the north of the map in the blue, we have Mattheus, probably better known as Melkor, or either way, playing as the Franks in the blue. His opponent for this match going to be BacT, representing one of the strongest teams in the league at the moment, I believe. Not really showing it on the scoreboard, but the players have got absolutely amazing. In the red, we have BacT playing as the Britons. Interesting choice in round number 1. We've seen Britons before, didn't kind of work out, but what are we thinking?
Well, Britons, I don't know, it's really tricky because Franks has become really strong civilization, right? With the scout with 54 HP, like, well, it's stronger than the other scout. Depending how you played in the early game, you can get some advantage. But what we can say about the range for the Britons, that Briton range is absolutely amazing. And this map that is called Desert, well, it's just an amazing one with, it's pretty open map. It's pretty much like Arabia, but with less wood in the middle of the map. Turk, what do you think?
Yeah, the whole idea of the map is that, again, the way this has kind of been sitting this entire round, it's designed to push players to the center. So it's designed as a map where players can get aggressive. The villagers are forced away from the town center to take basically control of very vital resources. You can see that basically Mattheus towards the back of his town center is lucky enough to have a gold there. Looking over at BacT, his gold's going to be forward a little bit, so going to have a little bit more trouble holding that one on, especially if Mattheus starts to get a little bit aggressive. Probably the big thing to take note of, though, obviously we've got Britons in play here, which means by Castle Age, they can have a massive 8 range on their crossbows, which means as soon as they kind of get into bulk, they put them in a really good spot to kind of take control of the map. Franks, however, a couple of good scouts, a couple of good knights early on. If they can keep those crossbow numbers down, they'll be able to take map control so easily because they've got so much speed on those horses.
Yeah, well, with Matthews, we can see that he got the berries pretty close to the TC. He's pushing already the deers. And about what you were talking about, the goal, the main goal forward for BacT and the goal at the back from Matthews. What happened? There is only one goal close, like, to the main base. All the other goal is in that sand area that you can see, desert area in the middle of the map. So you really need to be careful, because if one player is coming really aggressive, imagine if now Melkor is coming aggressive like you were mentioning in the start of the game. BacT is basically without goal. Just imagine if he's doing a forward tower right in that main goal. What goal can take BacT? Because he will need to go to the middle. So this map is really tricky, and you really have to be careful. For that reason, I think, even if the map is not perfect for Melkor, Matthews, the goal at the back is always a plus. And well, let's see how they play. The thing is, with the scouts, with Frank scouts, you can go aggressive. Go, Mr. Turk.
Well, that's exactly it, and it's the thing is as well, how fast it means you can get a really strong timing attack in early on, especially on that front gold. If BacT decides to push forward, try and get some early ranges, this is where basically you could get 1 or 2 kind of easy picks, or just push him away and really kind of mess up that build order a little bit. And like you were saying, if he does decide to get super aggressive with this and basically move forward with a tower, that's when BacT comes into basically a lot of trouble. You can see he's already starting to get a house wall up there towards the north of his town center. So he's thinking about playing it a little bit more defensively, but both players have a lot to wall if they want to think about it.
Yeah, well, they will need to wall a lot, but we can check already how it's gonna be this game. 3 villages on wood for Melkor. What that means, he's gonna go scouts probably. With Britons, it's more difficult to analyze. Why? Because he has 4 villages on wood. That can mean a standard up or can go for a drash. The barrack is being built already while Melkor Mattheus is already Mr. Turk. Up to feudal age, 8 minute 58. What that means? He will try to go as aggressive as possible. But did he explore anything? This is the problem. I mean, what do you think about getting the food all the time and then don't gather information from the opponent? If you put Matthews' point of view, he's right now with the fog of war, don't know exactly where BacT is. So, I don't know. Sometimes maybe it will be good to sacrifice a little bit the economy.
Alright, this is where it gets a little bit interesting, because like we were saying, something special, something different needs to happen here, and this is exactly what we're seeing him go for. He's going to be up nearly a minute earlier. Only thing I'm seeing is no barracks yet from Mattheus. In fact, he's dropping it now, pretty much perfect, but can't see exactly what he is deciding to go for here. BacT has got his barracks up, he's going for some militia, he's got 1 villager on gold there, so BacT should be in an alright position to defend this one here, because I'm assuming scouts still at this point. But I really like the idea of pushing all those units in, pushing everything he can towards the town center, using that advantage with the deer that he's sacrificed, and as long as he finds his opponent with that scout, can get the basic scouting information, which at the moment he hasn't really. He knows where his opponent is, but I guess since he's going scouts, he can get the scouting information nice and quickly. Only thing I'm worried about is we've already got 3 militia on the way across the map.
Yeah, there you go. I was just a little bit quiet also because I was removing your name and my name because it's what covering the point of view of the player that I was, so people couldn't see it. Now they can see. I will get some screenshot and they will put probably the point of view on top of the screen like I have in my channel. But say that, what is now Melkor going to do? He's gonna put the pressure. You can see that the only thing that he has explored, Turk, is the house. Red house, man. Red house. He's absolutely crazy, man. He's absolutely crazy. Well, let's see. He's doing the men at arms, but with the men at arms, if the scouts are strong, he can do the job, Turk.
Here we go. We're going to start seeing a little bit of aggression now. BacT going to be able to click in a man at arms here in a minute. Basically, he just wants to wait it out as long as he can before he takes the engagement. However, lower scout numbers, getting some good free hits there. BacT actually playing this really well. Mattheus starting to throw up some walls, so it looks like he's going for a little bit more of a defensive play style here. Once he kind of gets his scouts out, and the spear's already on the front as well.
Yeah, with that spear also he's getting really important advantage. Probably 1 village is gonna go down. He's bringing another 3 villages, but already BacT is getting the lead. Why? Because he's forcing him to have some idle villages. He lost 1. He's gonna lose probably more. The spear is down, but those scouts are... Look, 2 scouts are already down. 2 scouts and probably even more. Ay, ay, ay. He's taking another. Got it. No. He didn't take... No, but he's gonna take it. There you go. Ooh, with so many scouts and also idle time. What do you think? Good trade for BacT, right? Oh my god, at the end, another.
BacT is playing. This is great. The trades he's getting here. This is what he wanted with these men at arms. I don't think it gets any better. I can't. Man, he's cleaned up pretty much all the scouts. He managed to snag a villager there as well. Cleaning up like this in the early game, that's a huge win for him, especially considering he's technically kind of playing the slower civ here. So this has buying him the time to get his archery ranges up, get his transition to gold though. That, from BacT, that was an amazing play. That one spearman there, the early spear. Like I said, Mattheus went up a little bit earlier to try and make something happen, and BacT shut that down so quickly. I'm nothing but impressed here.
Yeah, man, look at this, but he still didn't explore anything. How important is the exploration? The trade was bad, like you were telling. Also, doing a scout, it costs you more food, but Melkor didn't see yet the gold, didn't see the wood, didn't see any main resources. Come on, man, you have to go and find something, or he will get more and more advantage. Anyway, now Melkor is securing the area because he's completely wall. He's arena player, so we were expecting arena walls, Turk, arena walls, and he did it already. Now BacT is walling as well. He's there on the hill with 1 village. The 2 scouts are there. He needs to go back a little bit, or he's gonna lose 1 villager. I don't know if he's gonna save it. I think he will save it. I think he will save it. He's only 2 scouts. He's gonna save it. He's going back. And for now, populations say that they have 29 villages both. Melkor only 3 military, but he's wall. So maybe don't be so surprised, Turk, if he's even going to make for stone walls. It's possible.
Absolutely. At this point, I think Mathias has gone back, he's licking the wounds and kind of what happened there. He's made a massive transition onto gold already. So what he decides to transition through for here, it's honestly the way he's building up his resource bank, the way he's building up everything across there. He could honestly be trying to attempt a faster castle age timing here, which honestly makes a bit of sense when you do think about it. Kind of lick the wounds and then go straight into knights and try and demolish any of that feudal army. The only thing I'm kind of worried about at this point is BacT may be sensing this, and he might be going for his own little build-up here as well and not overcommit, which is kind of what Mathias really needs to rely on.
Well, saying all that, look at Melkor economy, Turk. He's gathering the resources and he's gonna go up to Castle Age, man, really quick. That's absolutely crazy. So BacT, since he has the advantage with the military, he should put all the pressure and he should try to make some early damage. Otherwise, the knights, and remember, they will have free bloodlines, it will make the damage. He's gonna take some village, well, he's trying, he's going to the wood line. Is he gonna take some more villages? No, because he has a lot of army. But what he's doing right now is perfect now, Melkor. He's just distracting him, right? Not letting him go home. And look at the resources for Melkor. Whoa, this is really, really strong. Look at that economy, 19 minutes 31 seconds. He's going to be in Castle Age. And from there, I mean, if he got a lot of army, double stable and pray. He will have to pray, man, because he's BacT is not even close to go Castle Age, Turk.
This is what I'm kind of worried about here, though, that Mathias, he can't get the damage in. He's looking, he's poking, he's prodding, he's doing all the right things, but BacT is just defending here so well. Like, he had that spear back pretty quickly to defend the wood line, and in that as well, Mathias hadn't even seen the resource points he can kind of move on. But what I'm worried about is, what I was talking about earlier on, is with Franks in general, if you can get a couple of scouts out, if you can get a couple of knights out, and you can really delay the crossbow numbers, that's where you end up in an efficient spot. Because it means you can dart around the map, Britons can't take fights, but as soon as the crossbow numbers start to get basically out of hand, which we're starting to see happen here with the archers, a couple more, and really we're going to be getting that bulk mass, that Mathias won't be able to engage in against. Sure, he's going to have the more mobile army, but if BacT just essentially sits back and waits on his crossbows, waits on his town centers, he could actually pull back quite easily. Yeah, Mathias going for the push here. Again, BacT probably giving the best response. I think he sensed something was kind of up overall, and then we can kind of do from that. Hey, Mem, just a heads up, you might be muted.
It's fine, I noticed.
What we're kind of seeing here, Mathias might be basically in a good position here, but the thing is he needs to make something happen with these knights, and BacT has walled off a lot of this kind of map overall. So it means he's in a good position here. He's kind of getting his final wall off up. He's got some archers there, but basically if the knights manage to push through into the economy, that's where BacT's going to be in basically some kind of trouble here. The good news is BacT kind of sensed from Melkor or Mathias that basically he was going up. So from there, essentially, he managed to buy his way up with the market. And look at this. Now he can kind of just sit behind these walls with these archers, push anything back, which is why we've seen the Siege Workshop get thrown up there pretty much in the center of the map. Going to be able to pull that one back across, and then he should be kind of good to go.
Okay, let's see. The Mangonel is coming, and sorry guys, I don't know why it was muted. I didn't press any key, but it was muted. This is crazy. Anyway, we are back into the action. The knights are here. The Mangonel is coming. He opened formation because he can see them come, but now he's already +2. Remember that great bonus from Britons. Anyway, I like the choice that he pick up already one stable, you see, and we'll go with the knights. Try to get the Mangonel, but not gonna be easy. Those knights are +1 bloodlines. Imagine if he's doing the +2. He's coming in. He's going full in. Let's go to BacT point of view. Fog of War. He already doing one knight still, but now look at the problem. We were talking in the start, Turk. What goal incoming for BacT now?
This is where I start to get worried for BacT. The good news is he's got the crossbow numbers there, so he can actually defend this reasonably well, especially with the town center. He won't want to take a direct engagement, but the knights don't have the extra +1 on them yet. So they've only got +1 armor, no +2, so it's still pretty easy to kind of move across. The only thing I'm worried about is 1 or 2 good mangonel hits could really end this very, very quickly, and even the scorpion out there as well. But what I'm worried about is if that knight can't get on top of the siege and do the damage. He's moving it up around the top, so looks like he's going to try and catch him out of position. But we've got chain barding going down as well.
Half of the archers, and why I was so worried because he's now doing the town center. Sorry that I interrupt you, Turk, but that was so dangerous. And another almost. Well, he's going back. He's taking the mangonel. He took it in the last second with that knight, and he need the TC. But that TC is not ideal. You know why, Turk? He's doing up the back. So if he's coming forward, that TC is not protecting at all the goal. So he will still without goal. If he's coming with the knights through this area where the outpost it is, he will be still on problems. Now those knights are so powerful, and this is, in my opinion, an important advantage to Mattheus, because also at home he's completely fine. He's not getting idle time, he's not getting raided, and he's not gonna get raided because he's completely walled.
Now we've got those +2 on those knights, they become so much more deadly, especially with the bulk of a lot of the archers killed off now. Doing a great job with the 8 range though, took out the mangonels, took out the scorpions without too many issues overall, but it's working out pretty well at this point. BacT having a lot of idle right now. He has managed to get his second center up on that goal, but like you were saying, that's a little bit further back than we would have liked to have seen. He's got one up on the stone as well, so he has made it for a 3-town center play. From Mattheus, we're looking at the same thing, basically split between basically the front of his base, which is fantastic in terms of defense, but there's still a couple of weak points. But basically, for that to come into effect, it means BacT has to push out.
Well, what I'm afraid, Mr. Turk, is that we're going to see a doubt castle. It can happen, man. Actually, BacT also did some doubt castle in all the tournaments, but the castle is happening. It's happening there. Oh man, I see him playing a little bit defensive. That castle is okay, gonna defend a little bit the goal, but it wouldn't be better a little bit more forward. The letting, for example, that palisade, he's playing a little bit scary in my opinion. Well, too conservative, but yeah, definitely that castle will defend. Now, switching to Matthews' point of view, we can see that he's 10 villages ahead, 15 army, and not putting any pressure anymore. I think he lost an important opportunity to get a bigger lead in this game. Turk, what do you think?
Look, I think you're exactly right. That was the time to kind of keep pushing. The bad news was when he lost that mangonel, that's where it became a little bit of an issue. If we kind of saw him pushing a little bit more, if maybe he created an extra mangonel and could really push that one back, that would have kind of been what we wanted to see there. If he could get an extra mangonel out, keep those crossbows at a little bit of a more, I guess, controlled state across those crossbows, then he would have been really, really decent there. But BacT has actually managed to push out across the map here, and this is where I start to get worried, because that 8 range means they can push over tree lines, they can push into the golds, they can push into the farms, things like that, very, very easy. But looking at the bulk we've got from Mattheus at the moment, he's got another mangonel. In fact, he's got 2 mangonels. This is kind of what we want to see. The good news for BacT is, though, he's got ballistics down. Mattheus can't just abandon anything anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. He's still getting the advantage from the early game in terms of economy, but I really think that I thought that he was going to push, but he didn't, so now he has to deal with crazy amount of crossbows, with more pikes, because now those are not gonna be spears anymore, pikes and ballistic, those are 8 range. If he manages to destroy those mangonels, it's gonna be complicated for him to deal with BacT army. You can see how even being behind in economy, the score is exploding a little bit for BacT. For the viewers, I wanted to ask if all the volume is good. You didn't say anything, so I believe that today is fine. And if the music is too loud or is okay, please, you give me your feedback. I will keep an eye also into the chat, or Robo will give me the information as well. But Turk, those knights and mangonels, who will take the advantage here? I mean, the key is the mangonels. If he's not taking the micro properly with those knights will dominate, but if not, with pikes and those crossbows that now he's trying to raid behind that forest, I think BacT should be fine. And that castle now is gonna help. Look at that. He's coming and he's going away. Right away. So, the key... Oh man, the multitasking on the right side. Also taking some villages with those crossbows. Man, closer game that it was looking when he started to push, right?
That's the thing. It's good from BacT. He's trying to get any kind of pick he can at this point to get back into the game. Really, really smart overall there. And I like the play. It's smart. He needs to get out of his base and he's kind of bring it back into even a little bit, which he's trying to do with the villagers there. Still 9 behind. I'm not sure if he's going to get caught out on this engagement with the knights, though. The pike's doing really well.
Yeah, but he's sending alone. He's sending alone. He should go with the crossbow. The mangonels are coming. He need to go back. He's going back right now. He's gonna be in problems. No, he went back. The good thing is the range. I mean, they have better range than the mangonel. But you need to micro perfectly. Now there is no pikes anymore. The knights are coming. The 2 mangonels are just behind. You have to be careful now. You really have to be careful, BacT, because this can be a crazy balaboon. Oh my god, he's just trapping all. He's trapping all. The knights are doing the job. He cannot move anymore. The mangonel is gonna shoot. No, he's not shooting. He's trying at the maximum, but this is a good mangonel shot. And Turk, he's taking absolutely everything. And Imperial Age.
That's a good hit. This is what you want to see. The composition here worked perfectly. BacT got caught just out of position in general, which is probably his big mistake here. Could have probably taken this fight if he managed to go back to the castle. Essentially, you could have moved from there, but that one good mangonel hit, this is where it makes a difference in the game. You're seeing the knights at the moment. Look how many are left in play here. The monks are even out so they can heal these back up. BacT, though, getting a little bit more aggressive in the center of the map, trying to take those gold spots as best he can. Castle up in the center. He's putting a town center up in the center. So at the end of the day, we are going to see Mattheus have to get aggressive against this. He will have to push into this. But until that happens, I just don't think BacT has the numbers to really defend here.
Yeah, it's difficult. Look what he's doing now. He's trying to go full in on map control. He's even doing a tower, probably a good tower. But the problem is BacT. BacT got 98 population, the same that Mattheus. But come on, man. He's far away from going up to Imperial. You can see also how Mattheus is there with 6 villages on the left. Between that is stone and gold. That is probably going to build a castle. Remember, the Frank castles are cheaper. He can make the castle there. And then Trebuchet will do the job. The Mangonel is doing a TC on the goal. Man, Mattheus got the advantage, really important one, because with 10, 11 villages more, and now doing the castle, he's gonna be in Imperial, and his resources, oh man, his resources, Turk! This is getting really, really good for Mattheus.
Absolutely, and the thing that kind of a lot of people overlook when, especially in a Knights versus Britons kind of play here overall, we're actually seeing longbows, believe it or not, from BacT as well. That's fantastic to see them in play. But basically, the problem that we're going to run into here is basically with those trebuchets, Mattheus can start forcing engagements. We can't see BacT kind of hang out at home. He can't sit under these towers. He can't sit under the castles. He's going to have to move away and find out how to deal with these trebuchets, and that's the issue he's going to run into here. I don't know what he's got to be able to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't know either because he's doing plate part in armor. Look at now the Cavaliers. It's true that in numbers he got double, but with Trebuchet and those Cavaliers fully upgraded, he should clean that army. And now, don't panic guys, don't panic, you don't panic either, right? Because we're going to go for the second part of the game. I love this. You see, it seemed that they drop it, guys, just in the right time.
Soon as you're ready, let me know.
Okay, I'm going. Just 1 second, guys. This wasn't on purpose, okay, guys? It really wasn't on purpose. It's in the right time. In the moment that it was the most important, and they drop it. It's the internet, guys. Internet sometimes is going like it's going.
It's gonna happen.
Okay, I am inside in the pause, so I'm gonna go to the in-game again. So, Turk, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we keep going, guys. We keep going. Yes, you can see that 107 population. Mattheus, BacT, 115, and Imperial Age. How to stop this? Now is when Mattheus don't need to hurry up, right? He can play a little bit more calm, but don't let a lot of time to BacT to go in, because in Imperial, Britons, they are not super expensive and they can be very dangerous with those snipers that can be even 11 or 12 range if you go for the Lombos.
And that's where I get worried here. He can kind of camp back a little bit, but the thing we're worried about, again, from the start of the game overall, is once these crossbows, or especially the arbalest or longbows, start to hit kind of peak, that's where we run into trouble. We have a couple raiding over in the top corner, we've got BacT raiding over in the right corner, trying to deny the lumbers, and out come the knights, trying to deny a couple of these towers as well. Trebuchet doing a good job trying to force an engagement here. Cavalier already on the way. But looking at these pikes, they can't push into this castle.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's true that he's spamming a lot of trash units, you know, a lot of pikes, but he's there with the traps. Those pikes are only +1/+1. They should have squires +2/+2, all the average. You can see how the Cavaliers are doing the job. But hey, be careful now. This is many pikes. He has the tower too. Is he going to repair that castle? Don't waste those Cavaliers. Don't really waste. Nah, but they are so powerful. Look, he's doing blast furnace as well, taking absolutely everything. And now Mattheus got even more army than BacT. So if he's in Imperial, he got 120 population and got more army. What BacT can do right now? I don't want with the joke, but Alt F4 is a good choice, man, because this is really complicated. Turk, what do you think? What he can do at this point?
Against Frank Knights at this point as well, he just does not have the mass to really be able to push this one back. He's going for the barracks spam though, so he's doing the best he can overall. He's trying to get those pikes out, he's trying to get the extra upgrades on them as best he can, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, especially stuck where he is right now. There we go, his castle in the center is already down. We're going to have Mattheus take pretty much all the gold on the center of the map overall. But I don't know how I don't know how he can play this one out. Pikes seem to be his answer. But behind this, we've got castles coming up, we've got trebuchets, we've got all that Imperial Age tech, and look, if he wants to, he could transition to throwing axemen here as well, and that pretty much says goodbye to the pikes.
Exactly. Well, he was trying to control all the golds, but with trebuchet it's really complicated. Also, to counter this, you need to mass, like, what, double, triple the Cavaliers, and he's now behind. He's in really big trouble. That second castle is just absolutely fantastic. Also, we can see that he got 3 relics, and the GG has been called. Oh man. Well, was telling that BacT will be favorite. I couldn't be more wrong. You see, Nostradamus is not working. It's not working here, and Turk, really strong play by Mattheus. So the advantage he got in the early game, BacT, it didn't work. Don't you think that he lost the game really when he got that amount of army and let Mattheus grow his economy? Because except few villages on that wood on the right side when he got attacked at home.
I think it was a good play for pretty much Mattheus in general here. I think sitting back going Castle Age, definitely the right decision overall, which is probably the big thing. And if he didn't make that, it means he kind of could have got caught out positioned by the crossbows, and BacT couldn't move out across the map, because if there were a couple of those kind of moving around, that's where you're in trouble. If he catches those units out, that's where you lose all your crossbows, all your archers, and you get caught in that sense. But this way he kind of played it out. BacT couldn't move out. Mattheus kind of knew that. He sat back home, went up. The only thing I was disappointed on was probably that early castle push. If he had one more mangonel, might have been able to potentially push it back into his base and do a lot more damage versus BacT. But honestly, I think Melkor was pretty much in control of this game from pretty much the get-go, in all honesty.
Okay, I'm just checking something, guys. I have to set up these right now because I'm streaming with a capture card, and what that means that in the other scene this is going different, but you have seen that the achievements are already there. Remember that it's the first time that I'm streaming with my setup here, so some stuff you have to find out when you are streaming, but you can see the achievement properly now. In military we can see 115 unit kills by Mattheus, which is a big difference. Definitely economy is the biggest difference in this game. It's amazing. 5,000 foot more for Mattheus, 3,000, almost 4,000 more gold. Well, with those achievements, what he can do, it was almost the same village, but he couldn't be able to go up to Imperial. It was overall, like you said, really well played. His macro was in this one pretty excellent, pretty excellent right now.
Yeah, I'm excited by that. I think it shows us exactly what we can see out of the rest of these games, which is fantastic. We still are only in a best of 3 stage, but at the same time, it means we can make this really easy to kind of get through. We can see some amazing games, but the thing is the pressure. That's what we really need to kind of worry about here.
Yeah, well, the next game is some aggressive game, Mr. Turk. Arabia. So about Arabia, we don't have to comment anything. I think we are going to move now to the right. Let's go with Robo Daddy, or with the Baron. Okay, let me go to room. I'm going there, and let me go and check.
This is what I like. Arabia is kind of the bread and butter of this game. We should see everyone at their absolute peaks, which is kind of what we want here overall. So if we see kind of the peak play here, and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me to see like a Huns v Huns map overall, especially from the available civs we've got. So we've got Britons, Byzantines, Ethiopians, Franks, Huns, Italians, Mongols, Persians, Saracens, and Turks available. Obviously, we've had a Britons ticked off for one team. We've had a Franks ticked off for the other team. So Huns kind of makes the most sense here. The other thing we can kind of see potentially maybe Mongols, but I don't know. I feel like this is the last one. Everyone wants a really strong civ to go forward with.
Well, also we don't need to explain about this map, right? I mean, Arabia, we can focus directly into the action completely.
Exactly.
No.
The bread and butter of Age of Empires right here, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been playing long, if you haven't played Arabia, chances are you probably played. So get in there, play some Arabia. It's about as aggressive as it gets, and it's probably just gives us some of the best games in Age of Empires history.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if you are not these guys during the cast. I don't know what happened with Discord. Is cutting off a little bit Turk? No, I think it's cutting off. I mean, not often, but like maybe for half a second or something. I think this is on Discord, and if he keep going like this, we will move to TeamSpeak or something. I don't know, or put voice activation continuous. You know, to continuous transmission instead, maybe. I don't know. I think it was good.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I think we can start when I'm ready. So, I mean, if you say 50 seconds, I don't want to wait anymore. I think we can go, right?
I'm excited. Here we go.
Yeah.
Game launching.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Well, Arabia, guys. Arabia.
What have we got?
Oh man, it's start. Yes, it's starting.
There we go.
It's starting. It's starting, and we're going to be, yeah, ready to rumble here with. But oof, look at the civilizations. It couldn't be even more interesting, guys. Escape Champions League. Yes, 1 versus 1. Mattheus and BacT. This is Man with me, is Turkman and Turk. Come on, let's go and see the map for both players, but introduce these amazing players, Mattheus and BacT.
Towards the north of the map, we have BacT playing in the blue as the Ethiopians. His opponent towards the east going to be Mattheus, playing in the red as the Persians. Interesting choice of civs. I like this. They're leaving some of the stronger ones till later. Still picking strong civs overall, but not sure exactly how this one's going to play out. This is really interesting.
Yeah, well, it was the previous game, Mattheus blue and BacT red. If it's got like this, let's keep it the colors the same. I think it was, right? I think it was, so let's just move a little bit. And we put Mattheus as blue and BacT red, if you don't mind. Just change the point of view. And, oh, why is still the music here? I disable. Let's remove, because some people probably don't like the music in the background. And, yeah, now we have Mattheus in the south. I have changed. Do you change that, Turk? Just to keep the colors for the cities.
We have blue for Mattheus, red for BacT for you.
Perfect. Well, these civilizations is very interesting because we have Persians Mattheus that got +2 knights in later game, but then we got Ethiopians with free pikeman upgrade and also those snipers, those archers that shoot 18% faster if I'm not wrong, and that's gonna be very, very interesting. But about the map, in a first look, I really think that BacT got a better map, at least 1, 2, 3, 4 wood that he can select. Well, look at blue. He got the wood at the back, that goal on the left, and his main goal, look at the position. Forward, well, with some hill there. Yeah, it's true that there is a tree, but in the middle, look at where the boards are. Incredibly, wow. Open map, right? So, the advantage
it's
in the
Arabia.
Map, yes, it's
We're always going to end up with an open style of map. I think BacT here is probably the true winner in terms of map. The only thing I'd be worried about is him walling off probably too close to that gold, and really Mattheus being able to push in too quick. But again, back to the civs, this is a really interesting one. Because Ethiopians obviously one of the strongest civilizations in the game at the moment. I think no one's going to debate that. But the fact they're going to get faster firing archers is always a good point. But the good news for Mattheus is he's got the Persian knights, so they're going to get a damage bonus versus the archers. But from there, the Ethiopians as well, they're going to get that free pikeman upgrade. So I guess if BacT can kind of get a good composition out early, that's where he's going to be in a winning kind of style here. And that's what's really going to kind of push this one forward. The only thing I'm thinking is it makes the resource commitment from both players very, very even. So I guess we're probably expecting, I don't know, from Persian's probably expecting a scout opening. I guess hopefully then he can stop all the walls coming up if he decides to scout this time.
He should go scouts, because if he decides, for example, to go Drash, you cannot compete with a Drash, for example, against Ethiopians. Remember that they get also 100 extra food and 100 extra gold. So I think the scout is the way to go. Then maybe add some skirmishes. The problem is that Ethiopians, for me, Ethiopians is a better civilization here. Of course, depend how you are playing, then it's gonna make the game go for one or the other, right? It's more important, probably, the gameplay, but it's difficult. And Persians in really late game, without gold, what do you do with them? It's complicated. They don't have also the last upgrade for the archers. You know, they don't have the +3, so it's difficult. I really think that Melkor should try to go aggressive here, but it depends. If we saw in the previous game that the decisions will make here absolutely the game going for one side or the other. Now, going for the point of view, Melkor has explored already BacT base. Different with the previous game is, well, is there. And Melkor is again really quick. 20 population. What is this? It's going up super fast, Mr. Turk.
I'm worried we might kind of see a repeat of the opening of last game, in all honesty. BacT's already got his barracks up. He's thrown down his basically gold camp now as well. So he's going to be getting those man-at-arms out. Going to be pushing across the map. And obviously really good at stalling the scouts at that point, because they need to stay at home and deal with this man-at-arm problem that comes through. So I think, depending how this goes, it could go either way, of course. But again, we might see a strong opening from BacT, and then Mattheus kind of get back in the game overall. But at this point, it looks like we're going to see a pretty strong archery transition straight away from BacT. So if these man-at-arms can kind of cull the scout numbers, and then the archer numbers start to get out of control again, this is where we're going to see the same kind of playstyle, I think.
Well, but you can see, huh? He's doing the militias too, and the men-at-arms, so they are going to go transition probably to the same units both. Yeah, the good thing is that Persian's got a great economy. And there you go, the fight is happening. He's starting already. Oh, he's coming forward with villas. That's amazing. I mean, this is really, really amazing. We're gonna get big action here from BacT, going with 4 villages, 3 militias. He's facing now 3 militias as well. He should make the men-at-arms, but he doesn't have the goal. Melkor doesn't have the goal, and BacT will have instantly the goal to get the men-at-arms working. And who is taking this hill, Turk is gonna have a real advantage there. BacT, but why he's going back now? I don't get it, man. What is he doing? What is he doing? BacT! Oh my god. I mean, he went back when he could take.
For men-at-arms?
He did
That's
the men-at-arms
all I can think of,
upgrade.
stalling for men-at-arms.
Yeah,
the archery range is coming down, man-at-arms about to pop. I really like the aggressive playstyle moving forward, mostly because BacT's actually chosen to kind of go out, take some of these deer as well, just next to his gold camp though, so really smart play to take those, because of course, Mattheus can't push in against them if he's being forwarded here, and look, I'm really kind of worried that BacT's kind of lost some momentum here now. He might be able to take the hill, but if he takes the hill, gets a tower down, denies the gold, that could be a good play here, but again, I think it's a little bit late, but nice to see he's got the archery up.
Well, the problem...
he started archer production.
The problem, Turk, is that now Mattheus is letting him come. And he saw that he's there with 4 men-at-arms, which is normal. Yeah, and he's not even doing a counter tower. Now he's doing the counter tower when the tower is almost up. What is this? What is happening? It's a little bit slow for both. Well, he's... definitely, he's gonna try to deny that. No, he did like 10 villages doing the tower. Yeah, he's gonna make the tower, but I don't understand this. I don't understand it. It was obvious what was happening. Now he's going back and without goal now, make some little palisade and well, Lumbercamp, another. Look at the Lumbercamp on the right side for Mattheus. Look at the 4 villages on the right side. Completely idle that Lumbercamp. What is happening to Mattheus here? Do you see those 4 villages completely idle? Whoa, man, probably he misclick. It's a misclick for sure. This is now 10 idle villagers. Now we're gonna take the tower, man. You got the... with the village? Well, I don't know what's going on. Now he's working again. And at the back, he's completely walled. Well, he's safe, but there was some confusion there. And definitely, BacT is doing what he need. Another tower. He's gonna take that tower down. And the problem for... well, Mattheus can take a stone on the right side. Yeah, a little bit with the start, right, Turk?
I like this though. I like messy games, especially on Arabia. I think probably the problem we're going to run into here more than anything, BacT, he's definitely got a lot of control, but Mattheus, that was so much idle time. He powered up that tower. He committed really hard. He had the idols on the wood line. He had a couple of idols towards town center as well. So that's where it's really going to kind of come into the difference here. The fact that on top of this, BacT has been taking deer back home. He's been pushing up into whatever he can to kind of move himself forward. He's got the blacksmith coming up already. So going to have that little bit of a range advantage with, again, as Ethiopians, that's kind of what you want. He's getting forced to put a couple of skirmishes in play, though. So I guess from here, Mattheus needs to find an answer, and I can't see what he's really going to be able to do about it. He can potentially try and blast out some skirmishes from the archery range just to try and delay any of these towers coming closer. But look at it, BacT's got like 6 villages on stone now, and he's putting one up again on the lumber camp.
And without fletching, the answer from Matthew is gonna be even more complicated. Well, he should move this lumber camp, this lumberjacks. He can see it. Let's go and check his point of view. He can see that tower coming. Well, he cannot see it. I am on his point of view. You can see how he doesn't see BacT coming. Now he's mining stone. A little bit slow reaction in this one from Matthews. Usually, you guys, when you see the other guy tower has at least 2 villages on stone. He's gonna take the deers as well. Now, population is not a big difference, but he's getting more and more map, and this is absolutely ideal situation. At home, BacT is safe, he's sending 2 men at times, but he's not attacking BacT at home. And this is the worst it can happen if you are getting rash. Because the other guy, even that he's putting all the pressure, will probably go to Castle Age faster, right, Turk?
Yeah, the problem I'm running into here is Mattheus didn't have any kind of answer for this tower rush. He's moved over now onto the stone, which is nice. He's taking some deer behind it as well. Because really what's happened here, BacT's not only denied the lumber camp, he's also denied these farms. And they're a big investment early game to make. And they've still got nearly like 200, 300, 400 food between them. 500 looking like. So that's where he's going to run into a problem there overall. Taking the deer can be a good way to kind of make this one up overall. Man-at-Arms back in BacT's base at the moment as well. But they're attacking the town center. I think Malkor or Mattheus here just having a lot of trouble kind of getting back into the game, was caught off guard by this early game aggression and is still looking at getting back into it. Even then, we can look. He's got 3 idols by the lumber camp, 4, 5, and even then, everything's bumping it on top of each other. He's having a lot of trouble readjusting here.
Yeah, I look at now also losing 2 villies in that, trying to repair that tower. Aye. But we didn't mention, and this is really important. You can check, guys, the goal also for Matthews. He got all the map. This is a massive advantage now for BacT. Look at the goal, the main one, and the other goal is even closer. Yeah, look at it. Super hard game now for Matthews. He has no goal. And the most important, how you can recover those spots. It is possible. It is really complicated. I don't see the way he can do that. Now the men-at-arms are coming. Finally, he's doing a tower to protect the map, but he need to attack. Oh, look what he's doing. He's sending all the villages to recover the goal. He listened to me. No, it's not possible because the game we were played before, and now he's sending 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 villages. Doing the fletching, he lost 1 villager now, and he's gonna take the tower down. Yes, he's gonna take it. So then, maybe he can do something. Because if you check the population after all this, Turk, come on, man. He's 3 villages ahead still. Army is behind, and now he's gonna take some villages. You need to be careful. Oh god, these men-at-arms are gonna make a lot of damage now to Matthews. Ay, this is massive, Turk.
Look, he was ahead in villages. This is going to absolutely cost him. Those men-at-arms coming back around, and he loses everything but 1. That's what?
Man,
maybe
well, that
not the
emoticon,
best choice.
That was crazy, man. That was really crazy. I mean, the game was really hard because it was in a really bad position. So he was just trying, okay, I take this tower down or it's bye-bye. Because there was no goal. There was no goal for Matthews. But he was still like 3-4 villages ahead. I don't know. He should try to attack to BacT. But BacT at home, look, he was already completely wall. Damn, that was, I don't know, man. That was a quick win for BacT. And I don't know, he kind of overreact against the tower rush because you saw that they got a lot of idle villages there all the time.
Look, there's one easy stat that really sums up how this game went for BacT. Check the kill to death ratio. 20 kills, 2 deaths. That puts you in a phenomenal position in any game. In something like this, where it's relying so hard on those villages that kind of come through, the early aggression we saw as well. So Mathias invested a lot of resources, and he just did not get the return from it. BacT really made everything in this game work for him, and that's reflected in the kill to death here, guys. That's what basically made this game. BacT just played super efficiently and just absolutely destroyed it.
Okay, I'm just setting up the absolutely everything. I think now you can see who is the caster, guys. And remember, here in top of the screen, okay, close to the population, you got the point of view of the player that I'm selecting. Okay, so you don't see now because you can see in the overlay, but I do have selected all that. Now we can move then into the achievements. And so, well, the achievement is going to be clear, but it has been a quick game. So let's go and check the achievements. Military, look at that. Unit kills, Turk, 22. 20 unit kills. Mattheus killed 2 units. With Tellar's army. Economy, you can see the economy. Food, wood, better for Mattheus. But by far, of course, it's stone and gold for BacT. But that decision with the tower and not getting the map make the difference. So guys, let's read it for the next.
This is what I like to see. Good aggressive games like this. Someone really kind of going out, I don't want to say on a limb, but really kind of pushing it for something new, which is just really what we want to see here. We want to see people go for it, do it properly, and really do as much damage as they can. Do something a little bit interesting, and that's what kind of throws people off overall here. It's when people basically do something a little bit different and someone underreacts, overreacts, or reacts in the wrong way. And that's pretty much exactly what we saw.
Okay, I don't know if they are ready, but if we are ready, I don't need any break. Do you need any break, guys? Do you need any break as well?
Let's do this. Like, come on, man. We got this. It's the last game in a best-of-3 series. I'm excited. I want to see this.
I think pauses are overrated, right, Turk? Pauses are overrated. Come on. Well, we say that now because we are like 1 hour. Let's see then in 6 hours or something. It's gonna be different. But now, yeah, there you go, guys. There you go. This is it. And we are with Escape Champions League. Mattheus Indians versus BacT Chinese. The map is Bedouins. In Bedouins, you start without a town center, so you have to locate a TC. And we have Mattheus as a blue, BacT as red. With me is BBQ Turkman. This is Mamp. And we are going to talk a little bit about the players and then about the map. Come on, Turk. This map for a decider is amazing, man.
Oh, this is what I like to see here. We've got Mathias in the blue playing as the Indians. Over in the red, we have his opponent BacT playing as the Chinese. Both of them taking up kind of a very similar TC style here, looking for a decent wood, looking for some kind of food source, and then trying to get at least one main resource around that as well. BacT finding a stone just behind his TC, Mathias finding a gold just in front of it. But this is looking strong. A really interesting map for those that haven't seen it. Lots and lots of wood around the outside of the map, so it makes it nice and easy if you do want to go back. However, all the other resources are really kind of pushed towards the center here, because you can see basically the triple layering around the sides there. So really, whoever kind of controls the center area, if you get pushed back, you're in trouble. You can't start back there. There's no food to really kind of take off your economy with.
What I worry is about the civilizations. Even if I believe that India is very nice, this map is perfect for Chinese. Don't you think that China, with double the villages starting and with those pond shore faces just massive, because you are gonna get the resources super quick, and I don't think so he's gonna lose that 2-3 village advantage from the start, and that in early game it is a lot. I don't know. And also, since Indians has been a little bit nerfed, I think China also got a really strong army to counter. What do you think, Turk?
I think BacT is going to be so far ahead right now. Just looking at his town center placement on the shore. Secondary mill up on the shore. So he's not going to be low on any kind of food. He's out exploring the map with the sheep. He's doing a really good job there as well. What are we seeing from Mathias? Starting to get his count up as well. So obviously BacT going to have a good villager lead here for quite a while, just thanks to the Chinese starting off with quite a few more villagers. But overall here, I think BacT's looking like he's in a pretty dominant position, but depending how he kind of transitions, that's going to be the big one. Again, if he wants to go for towers, he's got the stone just behind his TC. So if he wants to kind of get aggressive behind that, run some skirmishes, something along those lines, could be absolutely brutal. But end of the day, it's about seeing where they kind of transition to and who takes what kind of territory.
Yeah, well, we saw in the previous game, right? We were talking about civilization. Definitely, we thought that Ethiopians is better, but also the execution he did was fantastic. So here, if he take the same initiative and go super aggressive, he might have a point already. You can see he is still 11 villages 8, so he has 3 villages, and that overall all the time is a lot of resources. A lot of resources. BacT right now with 12 population, with that mill you say taking those swordfish, you don't even need to hunt. Look guys, how in probably most of the maps you will take the deers, but Turk, he's ignoring the deers, he's just going for the swordfish and really fast food incoming. We can also focus now on Melkor. He's doing the same, he's not taking the boar. The exploration is really cool for both players. You can see that they have explored, wow, like 50% of the map. Yeah, that's amazing. I think they didn't find each other. That's also really important, right? You need to find your opponent. If you find your opponent to make some early aggression, imagine that you get the right strategy, but again, you explore bad.
Looking at kind of the TC setups here, both players have kind of really got a defensive kind of built out. Looking at how close the lumber camps are for Mattheus there, I don't think we've even seen a lumber camp from BacT yet, who's actually invested in a second mill, so it looks like he really wants to kind of get as much of this food income as he can at the moment. And look, I like the idea. I really like the idea of pushing that one as much as he can, especially while there's shorefish on the line here. But basically, what you'll find is basically abusing that power, getting that food income as best as possible, staying efficient. That's where the Chinese are going to have this advantage, because obviously the village account they have, absolutely fantastic. But I think BacT should just about be ready to go up now.
Yeah, man, he's gonna go very soon. Well, it depends. Do you think he's gonna try to go aggressive like scout towers, or you can go super quick Castellage in this kind of map with this amount of food? You can do that. So I don't know. Indians can go also quick up, but they still will go with less population. Look at the food incoming for Mattheus. Oh, look at that. He's gonna go up 16 population with Indians. He's doing the loom and gonna go up. Oh, 600 food. We forgot, I think, if I'm not wrong, that Indians also gather faster food from the shorefish as well. And there we go. 10 minutes, 38 seconds in a non-TC start. In a non-TC start, that's a good time. And 16 population. BacT is about to go up, so he's gonna go scouts. He's gonna go scouts. Mattheus and BacT will try to Castellage. Why I'm telling this? He's starting to wall in the north left area. You can see. Okay. And well, he's walling.
This is, yeah, interesting. Really interesting. I think probably the big thing is, and for those doubting the 16 pop-up here that we're getting from Mattheus, basically the Indians probably one of the perfect civilizations for this map overall. What you'll find is their villages cost less, 10% less in Dark Age, and then their fishermen work 15% faster and carry 15 more. That's insane on a map like this. Insane, guys. So being able to kind of get that bonus, it will allow this early uptime with a lot of aggressive play as well. We've already seen the barracks getting thrown down for Mattheus, so what he kind of chooses to do from here should really determine the fate of the game, and he should be able to dictate it really from here.
Yeah, definitely. Well, he's gonna go scout, but now you need to find out the spot to make the damage, because BacT is doing China walls, man. He's doing China walls. He's walling absolutely everything, and you can see he's even walling with 2 villages. He's spending like 4 villages to wall. 4 villages to wall, but if he's walling completely, that's gonna be really complicated for Mattheus to make the damage. Even like this. He still have 500 food. But BacT, it is, yeah, well, 21. He's gonna go scouts, maybe 2. Maybe he's gonna go scouts too. And if you go scout, if both go in scout Turk and one player is wall and the other not, well, massive difference. Real massive difference.
The only thing I'm really worried about as well is BacT's walled off such a big area here. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get across it overall, which is probably the easiest kind of situation here. Is that Mattheus kind of pushes in somewhere, BacT doesn't have the villagers to get out there and kind of defend it. We can see Mattheus going up with walls basically along BacT, so going to try and get both wall off there. But Mattheus looking pretty good here in terms of units. What have we got? There's the scout cavalry, and that's pretty much about all we're seeing right
Turk,
now.
Look what he's doing. He did even another mill in the north, so he's not bothering to make a stable or any other building. He's just trying to make economy. He's doing few well, 1 spear right now because he's expecting the scouts from Indians, and I think what he wants is just get the economy. He's also luring that boar, and we'll go even market and blacksmith. Market blacksmith with the spears, it makes sense, and then try to maybe go siege push. He can see that they are close, so it is possible, man. Starting to mine gold now.
100%. 100% an option right now, what we're looking at. He's just really focusing on full wall, and he should be relatively... There's the spears engaging the scouts, and the scouts, hopefully, I can't see any holes, so hopefully he should be well defended from this. And then an early castle timing could potentially throw Mattheus off here, but looking at Mattheus, he's got a good amount of, wow, he's got a really good amount of food in the bank here too. Plus, he's taking more gold over on the back of the map there towards the north. I think, yeah, Mattheus is going to be up and ready to combat this one, I think.
Yeah, I think he's gonna, because this Indian civilization is epic, man. I mean, it is really epic. But yeah, but look at BacT, man. BacT balance wasn't maybe the best. 1,000 food. 1,000 food already without the goal to go up. I mean, if he balanced a little bit better, he probably didn't need that mill in the north. He's doing the blasmith. Now the market is there. So we're going to see a castle battle, it seems. The spears is gonna take one village. What are you doing, Mattheus? Just go back. Why you fight the spear with the villager? Come on. Village is strong, but he's not gonna take 3. Oh man, he took 1, now he's trying to go away. The multitasking is really needed. Oh, he's gonna save it, I think. 4 HP.
He's gonna get it out of
gonna
it.
Save it?
There we go.
No, he lost it. He lost
and there
it,
we go.
man.
Slowly tickled to death, as always.
Ah, come on, this is unreal, this is unreal. He's clicking up to Castle Age even with the scouts faster. He's going up to Castle Age 18 minutes, 21 seconds. Turk, what is this, man? For that, you and me are casting and they are playing, right?
Oh, man, the Indians here are just showing how strong a civ they are when it's down to it. They're really kind of being able to push ahead that shorefish advantage, and this map, well, we have had a lot of shorefish options, so Indians really proving how worthwhile they are, especially in the last game here when they can be picked in. Looking at you, everyone knows what's that in reference to, but basically in the last game.
7 villages different, huh? They are going the same time up, but 7 villages difference. I believe, did he make the wheelbarrow? I think so, right? If there is that difference with the village number, I believe that he made the wheelbarrow. I missed that, so I guess that Mattheus did. Let's go and take a look fast. If he did, no, he doesn't. He didn't. He's 7 villages. He's quite a lot, man. I don't know.
That's a huge difference. Even with the advantage from the shorefish, I don't know if it's going to be up. Like 7 villages. Like he's got. Look at the amount of stone BacT going for right now. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a nice big castle dropping kind of closer to the center of the map there, and then using that to transition to Chukunus, and then from there just taking as much map control as possible.
Well, I believe that what happened here is that Mattheus just idle on purpose, just to go as quick as possible up, because he was expecting that BacT was going to go up as it is. Really fast to Castle Age, 18 minutes 31 seconds. But well, I was expecting like Siege, but come on, a castle in this kind of map, if they are that close, is gonna be definitely a very good choice. Look at this, how many villages he's sending? A lot, and the castle is happening. Well, it could be even more aggressive, right? But it's a nice one. But still, he's not taking any resources away from Mattheus, which is good for him. But still, how to deal now against the Chukunus, man? How to deal? Because now Camus is not an option. He will go archery range. Maybe some siege and monks as well as Indians.
Well, look, I'm really liking the castle placement, actually. It's going to pretty much deny all this in the center here. And means BacT's really cemented his position. He's got the gate up, so he shouldn't be kind of missed here overall. We've got the spears, so can't really get pushed into now as well. Pikes for the Indians, obviously going to be a good decision there overall to get into basically anything he can really to push this back. The spear is going to be in good spot as well. Siege Workshop is up for Mattheus, and there we go.
But he made the upgrade for the pikes. Now that upgrade is absolutely useless and is expensive, you know. He was probably expecting camels or knights from Indians, which didn't happen. Now the pikes are, yeah, he's saying basement that it's not gonna work really well, and we need to see. His economy is at the very limit, but Indians is okay because it can somehow recover. The minor is going to happen. He's doing a town center on the right side that is gonna take gonna take a lot of food there, and this is as well for BacT. Well, BacT has definitely a better position here. I love this upgrade. Let's go to BacT point of view. Don't watch in this kind of, well, in almost all the map, but here even better, even more, because you can see absolutely everything. A house is like an outpost. Look, you see everything, man. You see everything with this upgrade. Look at this. He can see the 2 mangonels. With that outpost now, he can see absolutely everything. And the monastery, well, was right there with the siege and monks. And BacT can go some boom now because he's in a very good position here.
This is again a little bit of a struggle here. We've got Mangonel and Monk with pikes. I don't know if this is the best response. I'm definitely kind of Oh man, he must have expected Knights or something to be the play here, and
Yep.
really he's kind of fallen behind thanks to that. It's just a bad read situation. Same thing we kind of saw last game, which is kind of what we're looking at overall. So kind of moving through here, the Chukunu is going to be good to kind of push in with. Just needs a way to deal with those mangonels, and I'm not sure exactly if he's going to get his own siege workshop up or just kind of sit behind this and boom. We've got the one town center up for BacT in the back there as well towards the north side of his wall off. And it looks like we've only got the similar amount for Mattheus, so BacT's being able to get aggressive. Plus the fact he's got the extra town center up, meaning he's going to be even Stevens here. Mattheus putting up another town center towards the north, so Mattheus really just needs to hold it out and try and catch up. Good
The
split,
mangonels,
though.
repair the mangonels, repair the... Oh, come on! Well, come on, you don't lose a mangonel like this when you have this. Oh, with those two mangonels, he could do the damage. The problem here for Mattheus is that he cannot attack now. Because he say, well, if I go to try to another spot at the castle, he's gonna come maybe with the Chukunus to the other side and will raid me. Now he's gonna lose that mangonel. He lost the monk, he's gonna lose the mangonel. Those are with Botkin arrow, those. And with Chukunus, he's killing everything. Oh, damn it. One attack, and Mattheus basically lost absolutely everything he got there. He's behind in village. Look at the army now. Nothing, man. Well, another monk down. Wow.
This is rough. Definitely the wrong prediction here. Was definitely expecting Knights from this kind of play overall, I guess. And really, the monks getting dominated by the Chukunu so easily, losing 2-3 around that monastery there. That's going to in turn losing a couple of villages, losing the the mangonels. This is just as bad as it gets, really, in terms of the situation. I don't even really know what he can do to come back from here. He's trying to get ahead in terms of economy. He's got the 3 sound centers up. Have we seen a third from BacT? BacT just putting a third up in the back of his base now, on the shorefish and on the woodline as well. But it looks like BacT's out on the hunt. He can go out. He can try and take out some of these villages now. Try and find what he can. Those Chukunu is just so effective versus the mangonels as well.
Exactly. And also here with those Chukunus, he's gathering more and more information about the map. He need to be really careful. Oh, his +2 is gonna take another. Now he's really close to the town center. He's gonna take some villages. No, he's not taking, but didn't take also the Chukun. Oh, you need to make a good shot, but he's not killing, man. He's really not killing. The good thing is that the villages count, thanks to these Indians, crazy Indians, cheaper, and the TCs is still almost the same. Oh, open formation. I love when the archers are just dancing over the ground, Mr. Turk. And now he's dancing. He's really dancing. BacT is dancing with those, because he's doing a lot of massive damage without siege, which is really great, man. But now
I'm watching this going down now, and look, the defense isn't bad now. The mangonels are definitely getting their worth into trades. But the thing I'm more worried about is BacT's building another castle, so he's getting that one again. So his Chukunu numbers are going to be doubled in terms of their output overall. And
look
he's
his
just
resources.
snagging villages wherever he can, keeping the advantage as much towards himself as he can.
Look his resources, Turk. BacT resources is absolutely amazing. He's on the way to Imperial. Don't look now, because now he's 0 because he clicked up. But he's up to Imperial. 60 population, 20 population more. BacT, it's really coming back, man. Coming back from that first game lost and playing so solid. I don't see how he can do anything right now. Seems a total domination here by BacT, right? Chinese, man. Really strong.
BacT's definitely coming back. I think that's probably the easiest way to put it here.
Yeah.
Using those basically range units to kind of snag villages whenever he can. Coming off the win in the last, well, I think Mattheus might be having a little bit of a struggle here overall. Just in terms of what happened, I feel like he definitely felt the pressure and probably misreading the situation kind of came into effect here. But look at this. Again, on the stone, we've got more and more Chukunus. Literally, there's 4 of them, and it's just basically a massacre from here. He's going to be able to push him off his main gold in the back there as well, which is the only gold I believe Mattheus is taking from. And at the moment, he's got one down towards the eastern side with his town center on it, so he can draw from there as well. But look at this, the villager count now, it's even, but BacT's going imp, and he's starting to take out more and more villages.
Yeah, he has no army, and really, he got the 2 man. Oh, a lot of gates, a lot of gates, but seems to be a little bit late. The problem here is that BacT has been attacking again all the time. Super aggressive. He was using the Chukunus, basically from the stars. He did the castle, You can see that he lost some units, but it doesn't matter because he's losing Chukunus while Mattheus is losing villages all the time. This is a lot of Chukunus, +2/+2. He's gonna now face that mangonel, probably gonna lose again some. He got ballistic, and when he reaches Imperial, I'm afraid that Mattheus will call the GG. The resources for BacT are just amazing. He can even go up to Imperial again if he wanted. Oh man, this is GG call. I was expecting this. Wow, it was.
Look,
Damn it.
I'm not surprised by that one. The rate of the
Yeah.
situation was bad. He was doing his best to kind of stay in it, but end of the day, the Chukanus were doing so much damage, and the resources BacT had behind this as well. He'd gone unharassed all game thanks to the early wall off, and then as well, managed to get up onto Castle. He managed to get up into Imperial faster. The amount of resources he had to kind of throw at this. From now, it was basically going to be a steamroll, and I think Mattheus definitely knew this. He didn't have the count to kind of keep up with this.
Now it's easy to say for us, but I still think that even if you go up at the same time, like you saw how impressive could go up. If you go up that fast, maybe you should go aggro, because playing for Castle Age, what counter has really now Indians against whatever BacT want to do with Chinese? What counter they have?
Well, at the same time, if you're going up early like that and you're kind of sacrificing a little bit of economy, if you're not getting aggressive, what's really the point there? It means your opponent's going to be on relatively more eco than you when they kind of up, so they're going to be in a better spot economically. And then on top of that, if you don't kind of push out, you've got no real advantage.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult. Well, say that. 23 army, 7 army only Mattheus, but the problem was that BacT this time was using. So the mainly difference in all these games is, in the first game BacT played really passive, right, Turk? But in the second and in the third, played completely aggressive. And when he did aggressive play, he really dominated Mattheus.
And that's the thing, BacT is a really, really strong opener. I think a lot of people miss that. His late game's still pretty decent as well, his economy, all that. But I would say when BacT does decide to play aggressive, he doesn't play like an all-in strategy, but at the same time, it is very, very reliant on the aggression and kind of at least forcing the same amount of idle time from his opponent. If he manages to get that, it puts him in a great setup for the rest of the map, because he's essentially dictating it. He's got map control, and he can basically control the pace of the game. If he decides to keep the pressure on his opponent, can't go to Castle, if he decides to ease it off, he can go Castle, and his opponent should be up a little bit behind that. So as long as he's kind of, I guess, dictating that, he should be in a really winning situation.